Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Harrison. I run Automanium and help teams build systems and automations in Notion so businesses can scale everything without living in someone's head. One of the most common requests I get is, can we build a client portal in Notion that feels polished but also is secure? The problem is that with Notion's upgrades, number one, there's not many videos out there about this. Furthermore, what I found that there's not a real indicator of what the client views and how to keep permissions maintainable over time. For example, when you give your client access to your Notion, one of the things that they'll get bombarded with a lot of notifications and emails if you don't change the settings right from the jump on the onboarding. So yes, you can set up a successful client portal, but just be wary of the things that come with it. And so in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to build it, and I'm also going to show you what it looks like client facing. For this client portal, everything's entirely in Notion. Yes, you can use Replit or Vibe code a client portal, but my philosophy is that get the databases right and the foundation right, and you can add things later. You can layer those things at a later date. So we're going to look at the client portal structure, internal versus client facing, how to use linked views safely. Without further ado, let's get into it. You're going to need a business account to set up client portals. Unfortunately, if you have a free or plus plan, you cannot set up a business account because you need granular permissions. The second thing is that you would need automations as well in your database for it to work out as planned. Even though you don't need it, the second thing is automations within your database using Notion's internal automations. A huge plus is having make.com to manage these automations as well. For a quick start, inline, and let's call this client content. And the second database that you create is going to be a client portal database. To set this up very quickly, in the client content database, you want to set up a relation to the client portal. Fantastic. Next, you want to have an assignee. So this would be the person that you want to see the content or your client. Now, what you do is you open up this full page, click share, add a new rule, person, create rule. And what happens here is that there is a granular permission. Anyone selected in person cell can edit this page. So if we go back here, we can make a client portal. We're going to go back to the relational. Going to create a two-way relation. So now we have a client portal. It's very lean, but the reason why I just want to demonstrate the capability to do this. Let's leverage Notion AI to put in some fake content. Put in 3 fake posts in. So now we have 3 fake posts. We're going to erase the person because I don't want to be added to this. And we're going to connect this to the client portal to demonstrate the capability. Now, the next thing, to show what this looks like client facing, I'm going to go ahead and add myself to this project. Someone outside the organization, you'll see this here, add to page only, invite as guest. Done. Fantastic. So when doing these client portals and testing client facing items as well, you want to be able to check what it looks like on their end. If I go over into my test account, so we have 1, 2, 3. Not much of a client portal, but again, in this view, they don't have access to all of your content. So let's say, for example, if you have another post and it's tied to somebody else, if we reload here, they only get access to these 3 pieces of content. The next thing, we want to add a property, add another person, open this up, and make another granular permission. Share, add new rule, person, create rule. The key indicates some form of granular permission there. And I'm going to add myself as a guest again. Perfect. So if we reload the page here, we see that we have this. In order to have a clean client portal just like this, you would add them to this client portal first. Next, whenever you would want to update them with a post, you would go ahead and add them to the person there. So if we click here, another fake posts, there we have it. Now, how do we make this client portal more robust? First of all, we can customize the layout. We can move it to, we can add this to the panel and just have the content. Apply to all pages. Now you're probably wondering, how do they see the content? So there's a few ways to do this. You can click backslash, inline, link existing data source, client content, filter by client portal, save, and they'll be able to see all the information there. You can even change the view to a list, gallery, feed. I'd recommend the feed because it's the easiest for the client to see. So how do we make this more robust? A few things that we can add to the client portal. First off, I'm going to go ahead and hide the title. Come back. Let's go ahead and add some properties. Approve. Button. Next, we're going to do status. Let's edit the automation. Edit property. Status is. We're going to change a status for this to make sense. Approved. Go edit automation. Add new action. Show confirmation. Are you sure you would like to approve this post? Save. Edit automation. Add action. Edit property. Status. Approved. Done. Let's go back over to the client portal. And we will go ahead. I added that to the wrong section. So let's go ahead and do the same thing over here. Status. Edit property. Approved. Button. Approve. Edit automation. Show confirmation. Are you sure you would like to approve this post? Save. Edit automation. Add action. Edit property. Status. Approved. And it's really cool because you can add some tasks for yourself as well. So now let's go ahead and delete these. We don't need these anymore. Let's open up the client portal. Let's add the property approve. So your client can make their notes, whatever they need. And as soon as, let's go over here, as soon as they click approve, are you sure you want to approve this post? I'll go ahead and switch that over to approved. And this is how you start building it out. Now, this is very basic where there's just client content, but you can start adding more databases. You can add a task database. You can add a invoice database, different databases that all link to one client portal. The caveat is that you need granular permissions for each. Again, I'm going to have this in the templates below, but when you copy this template, the granular permission setting does not copy over. So you have to go in and change granular permissions for yourself. If you don't want to be adding these granular permissions manually, you would just need to add some type of automation here. For example, if you click here, checkbox, share. Now, when you open this up and you'll see this here, you'll have a bunch of characters. Let's clean this up. Now, I only want to see approve and share. Click apply to all pages. Fantastic. Now let's go over here. At any time, share is checked. Let's see if we can create a formula. This is the fun of Notion AI with formulas. I would like to pull the related person from in client portal and tag them on this row. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay, return person. All right, let's see if this quick automation works. This is a fake post. Let's say here, share to client. There we go. It's automatically tagged. So when they go into their client portal, they'll see it there. You can customize this a lot. You can customize this quite a bit. The reason why I simplify this as much as possible is that you don't want all the bells and whistles. You just want something basic until you need to add. If you add too much, the complexity overwhelms and you won't even use this. None of your clients will even use this. So let's give you the option though, if you ever come into this space. So you can customize layout. You can actually go something tabbed and you can start adding relational properties like client content. You can do tasks, you can do invoices. The list goes on and on. Hopefully this was helpful. I'm going to add a template in the description below. So here's the takeaway. You need one high-level database that holds your client portals, and the rest of the databases can be linked to your high-level one. Every database that you want to share with your client needs granular permissions. If you want me to go deeper on this, just let me know in the comments below. If this helped, please subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until the next one.